All right, guys, in this video, I'm going to show you my lead generation strategy for getting leads for law firms through Google. Now, this strategy will actually work for practically any local business, but I'm going to use this video to show you an example of how I would do it for a law firm, more specifically a wills and estates law firm, and show you the process I would go through for targeting keywords and how to get it to rank and all the different angles I would take. You could certainly apply this to other niches as well, basically any local business that will work. But for this video, I'm going to use this example. So the first thing that I would do if I was trying to get leads for a law firm, we're doing wills and estates, is I want to get leads in as quickly as possible so that they can make money as quickly as possible. And so what I would do is run Google ads. That would be the very first thing I would set up. So what I'd want to do is try and go after very high intent keywords that are most likely to turn into potential clients for them so that they're most likely to make a return as quickly as possible. Now, I showed you how to find these in another video. I covered this in pretty good detail, so I recommend you go watch that. Go click this above if you want to go watch that video about selecting the right keywords. But basically, I would start with trying to make an extremely high intent search campaign to try and get them in front of clients or potential clients looking for their service right now. So what that would mean is, let's say we'll open the Google Ads keyword planner here. I've already got it open. And what I would look for is I would look for keywords with a high intent of turning into a potential client. So for example, we've got something like will lawyer and estate lawyer. Those are pretty good. However, something like estate lawyers near me would be ideal. Will lawyers near me, trust lawyers near me if they offer trusts, things like that. You want to compile a list of these very high intent keywords and focus specifically on them. So let's say, for example, they're offering wills, estates, trusts. You would want to have will lawyer, because that's a big one. Will lawyer near me, which will be on this list as well. Another ad group would have estate lawyers near me. Now, I'd run these as phrase match personally, and make sure on this one that you do negative real. That's just a side point. You want to put the word real as a negative and conveyancing, because clearly Google thinks that this is related when it isn't, and I know this from experience in this niche as well. You need to make sure you eliminate real estate, otherwise you're going to be paying for irrelevant keywords. But basically you would do that. You would also have trust lawyers near me. Now that would be its own ad group as well. I'd probably have trust lawyers as well, trust lawyers like that. And you just go through this list and pick out only the very high intent keywords. You could theoretically do probate solicitors as well if you offer probate. Pick only the very high intent keywords. So don't pick like random things like will law or estate law, random stuff like that, because that's not going to be very high intent. It probably won't convert very well. You want to keep this very tight and very close in to exactly what you're offering, which is you want people who want a will lawyer now, an estate lawyer now, a trust lawyer now, etc. So keep that in mind. I'd have these as phrase match keywords, and you want to throw them into individual ad groups going to the correct page. And the page should have will lawyer, estate lawyer, trust lawyer, and it talks about that for each ad group and each ad. So you keep that funnel very close and accurate to the keyword that's searched. And then those people are very highly likely to convert into paying clients for that firm. So that's how you get the clients in very quickly. You get it rolling and you start making some money straight away. Now, step 2 would be setting up a Google business profile if they haven't done it already, and making sure that it's fully filled out, it's optimized, and it has the fact that they offer wills and estates in there as a service. You could theoretically try and get that in as a keyword in the headline as well. That can potentially help it to rank. But the two main things that do help the local business profile to rank is the proximity to the person searching and the reviews. So you want to try and get as many reviews as you possibly can on your Google business profile as quickly as you can. But you want to set it up straight away because it can start ranking pretty quickly. You don't have to wait like you do with the Google search results. And then what happens there is you might start getting phone calls pretty quickly. And so you can see here, just as a side point to the review thing, the top 3 ones that show up here, which by the way is the top of the search results, which is why you want to get this in here, because you have a chance of ranking on position 1 or position 2, as you can see here, very quickly through this Google business profile. You can see the top 3 results all have 80 to 180 reviews. And so it's going to be hard to compete with them if you have 2. So you want to try and get as many of those as you can. Ask your potential or your clients you've worked with, etc., to leave your review. Ask everyone who's happy with your service. Try and get as many as you can. That would be step number 2. Get that up and done. That should only take you about an hour to 2 hours to set that profile up, and then ask for as many reviews as you can. Now, The third thing, once these things are done, you're rolling with the Google ads, you're starting to get some leads and hopefully closing some clients and opening cases. And the next thing is you've got this profile going and you should hopefully be showing up at least in your local area and potentially getting a couple of phone calls from there, especially if you've got some reviews on there. Now, the third thing you want to start doing is start optimizing your website for SEO to rank for all of these high intent keywords that you pulled out for Google search. So if they're converting on Google ads, let's say will lawyer, estate lawyer, etc., then you want to rank for these keywords too, so that you can get that extra traffic in for free without having to rely on the ads. And that's just basically going to double or more how many people you actually get to your site. So what you want to do is you need to make sure that you've actually optimized your website to be able to rank for these keywords. And what this means is you would need a page for will lawyers, you would need a page for estate lawyers, you need a page for trust lawyers, any other service you want to rank for, you need a page specifically for that, and you need it to be optimized in all of the basics of SEO that you need to do, the meta titles, the H1, etc., which I'm not going to go into in this video, but if you want to know more, you can check out my other videos. I cover that extensively, how to specifically optimize your site and your pages for these keywords. So what happens here is now you're actually enabling your site to be able to actually rank for these keywords. The problem is you're probably not going to rank that quickly for them because they're usually quite competitive because they're quick to turn into potential clients, and most other people know this. So what you want to do from there is now you need to start expanding into all the informational keywords around your main topics that you're trying to rank for. So let's say, for example, we're trying to rank for will lawyer, estate lawyer, trust lawyers. Okay, those are the three main services or practice areas that you're offering. You want to rank for all the keywords around that and build your topical authority so that you actually rank for these main keywords. What you do is you go, let's say, for example, will lawyer, you start targeting all of these separate informational based keywords to try and not only get in that traffic to your website who might potentially turn into clients, but establish your topical authority for this topic as well on Google, which will push your main keywords up. And so what that would mean is, let's say, for example, how to make a will with a lawyer. You could write an article about that, answering that and explaining what it is. Do I need a lawyer to write a will is a great topic you should write about as well. You can explain why you need, or if you do one without a lawyer, what are the benefits of using a lawyer and the pros and cons of both potential options. And you keep going down this list. Let's see what else we can find. Will there be a need for lawyers in the future? Okay, that's not really related. Can a lawyer be a witness to a will? You could theoretically write about that. That is related as well. Can a lawyer be an executor of a will? You can certainly cover that as well. Can a lawyer draft a will for a family member? How can I change my will without a lawyer? You could cover that as well. Basically, what you want to do is try and cover as many topics as possible with informational content surrounding the thing you're trying to rank for. And what you're doing there is you're not only showing users, but Google's algorithm as well, that you're an expert on this particular topic. And so what happens is when your site has the most content about will law, things related to will law, will lawyers, things about writing wills, etc., they're more likely to rank you for everything to do with wills because you're clearly the expert that has established themselves about this topic. And also, when potential clients land on your website through one of these articles, let's say someone's saying, do I need a lawyer to make a will? Maybe they weren't planning to hire a lawyer, they were seeing if they could do it themselves, but they read your article, and not only have you now made trust with them, established trust because you've given them educational content, but you may have also convinced them that they should actually use a lawyer. And now who are they going to use? They're more likely to use you because they're already on your website and you've established some trust versus now going to somebody else. And so by doing that, what happens is you've started with the high intent keywords, you're tackling those with the ads, and slowly you're getting more and more of those with the Google Business Profile and hopefully ranking for them. And then you start expanding out to all the informational content and trying to basically cast a wide net to get as many people as possible on your website. And a lot of those will turn into leads. Now, they won't be as high conversion rate as the most commercial based keywords, but the more you rank, the more traffic you get to your site gets shared around. Some of these people come back when they are ready to use your service, and eventually you get a snowball effect where you start getting a ton of traffic and a ton of leads that you would not otherwise have got if you did not do this, as well as the fact that it's going to push your whole website up for this topic in Google search, and you're going to start ranking. So that is the overall strategy for how I would do an overall basically Google domination for a will and estate lawyer on Google. You can apply this to any other field of law. You can apply this to any other local business, plumbing, concreting, electricians, basically anything under the sun. Even e-commerce stores, you can apply the same tactic with it. You would just be focusing on shopping rather than local results. So that's basically it. That would be my strategy for doing this. I've done this for both law firms and a number of other businesses in other markets as well, and it works incredibly well. And especially over time, you start really building up a large amount of traffic and leads coming in, and then you don't rely solely on ads or solely on SEO. You're basically covered your ground in as best as you can on Google, at least. So hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you have any questions or comments, put them in the comments below and I will answer them. If you'd like me to do something like this for your law firm or for another business that you have, you can go to dominatemarketing.io, book a call with me there, and I'll see if this is actually going to work for you and what that would look like. If you'd like me to coach you on how to do this yourself for your business, you can go to learndominatemarketing.com. I've got a coaching program. You can jump on 2 calls a week with me there, and I will coach you on how to do this and get results for your business. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Catch you on the next one.